What are some trends that you see that parents need to be aware of? And maybe kind of like another question is, what encouragement do you have for parents to be vigilant in this and what that looks like?
Mm, mm. Yeah, yeah. Great question. So what first comes to mind when you ask that question is that both social media and peer pressure are huge. And I don't think we can underestimate that. And I'm in
Mhm.
the classroom on a regular basis talking with students, and it's confirmed there that peer pressure is a big deal. And of course, social media and interacting with people is can be very positive.
Mhm.
Can be positive. We know that,
Totally.
but I like you, I'm, a little skeptical, and I highly recommend that delaying it for as long as possible. But as far as peers are concerned, we all need friends. And we as parents need to understand the effects of social media and the influence of peers in order to have these ongoing conversations with our children and help them set up healthy boundaries. So
Mhm.
they need to have us to come to. The next thing I thought about is that I think parents really should know that our children are naturally curious.
Yeah.
And we've modeled that when you're curious, you go to Google for answers, right? That's what we've kind of done
Yeah.
all, in their growing up years. And so that's what they do. When they're curious, they just go to Google for answers. And then when they type in something like, well, what is sex or what do breasts look like? Just because they're naturally curious, they find pornography,
Mhm.
or a friend shows them, or they stumble across it accidentally.
Right.
It's easily accessible, it's free, and the porn industry preys on children. So if they don't find it, it is going to find them, which I think really is, the disconnect with parents and what they think they know and what they think they know about their children. That's why there's that big gap. And then the last thing that I thought about, that our parents, can understand is that I think that they really need to understand that sending and receiving nudes has become an acceptable practice and a normal first step in a romantic relationship.
Yeah.
So, and that goes back to that peer pressure too. So even if someone has refused two or three or four times, they might eventually give in order to find acceptance. And we're now calling that CSAM, or child sexual abuse material, which is another name for child pornography. And, when I'm in the classroom, I'm sure to tell students, hey, you know what, that's illegal, and it's an arrestable offense. So not only is it unethical and not
Yeah.
biblical, but it's also illegal. So keep that in mind.
Hmm.
So I think that really helps. I mean, those are the three big things that I think parents really need to stay on top of in order to navigate what's going on.